and welcome to another booktube video from me, Lauren, from Lauren and the Books. And David's here today. David's working from home, but he's taken a moment out of his busy schedule because today we're bringing to you not only that beautiful light, look how lovely and light that is.
Look at that glare on our glasses.
Look at that glare. We are bringing to you our favourite comfort films. We've picked 5 comfort films each. We're going to just run through slight plot points, etc., why we feel comforted by them. And yeah, we'd love for you guys to share below some of your favourite comfort films, because I know you're probably going to want to be comforted, and we're all going to be at home for a while now, so we'll all have things to be watching and stuff. So hopefully you get some recommendations from this video, and also please do mention down below any of your favourite comfort films so people can view those. David, please start with your your first comfort film.
My favourite comfort film is one of my favourite films of all time, which is We Bought a Zoo.
It really is one of his favourite films of all time. He watches it all the time.
So it stars Matt Damon and Scarlett Johansson. Matt Damon, he recently lost his wife. It's based on a book, which I also read.
He's read
also
that as
called
well.
We Bought a Zoo, which is lovely. So Matt Damon's wife is sadly just passed. She died of cancer.
It does pick up from that point onwards, though.
That's the lowest moment, which is the beginning of the film. And then he does exactly what it says in the title. He buys a zoo. He buys
his family.
A zoo with his family, with his sons and his daughter.
A closed zoo, isn't it? It's closed, and they
no, it's only closed for the season.
Oh, they rejig it up and make it it meets all of the government criteria, etc.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, it is very feel good, isn't it?
It is nice. Yeah.
It's very nice. It's got a lovely soundtrack as well, very calming music, which I feel like is, and also that's one that everyone, all like ages, will enjoy. I think so. It's a great movie for all ages. My first one, my first one is 2 films, because I've picked Mary Poppins, but also Mary Poppins Returns. Mary Poppins, when was Mary Poppins out? The 60s?
Yeah, I think so.
Long time ago.
Maybe
really,
the 50s.
A film from my childhood. I mean, you all know what Mary Poppins is. I don't even need to go on about it. Great songs, great sort of nostalgia watching it. Makes you feel lovely. But I've got to say...
Great accents.
Great accents. Mary Poppins! But
a fact from that film is that...
Go on.
Dick Van Dyke
learned his Cockney accent from someone from Newcastle.
No, Irish.
No, it's Newcastle, I heard.
I read it was Irish, and somebody from Ireland. I read it was an Irish person.
Someone please confirm down below, because I heard it was someone, a Geordie. Right, so yeah, Mary Poppins, but also Mary Poppins Returns. Mary Poppins Returns, it stands up against Mary Poppins, doesn't it? It's really great. Again, brilliant songs. Emily Blunt is fantastic in it, as is Lin-Manuel. He is amazing in it. And yeah, I would really, like, if you've been sort of putting off Mary Poppins Returns, thinking, oh, it's nowhere it's as good as the first one, I think it is.
I think it is.
I think it's really, really great. I really love it. So 2 films there for the price of 1. David.
My next one is the best film of all time, which is Back to the Future. You all know what Back to the Future is about. I don't really need to talk about much about it, but it's just lovely.
Why does it comfort you?
Why does it comfort me? I think it's just because I've seen it so many times.
Yeah.
I know what's going to happen. I think that's comfort films is the fact that you know what's gonna happen. Yeah,
the whole list of films is all films that we've watched many times.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think you're right when you say it's just something that an old fave.
And I've probably seen Back to the Future, I don't know, over 50 times, I think.
Yeah. So. And you love the soundtrack. You love the songs. Yeah. What's your favourite song from the soundtrack?
Oh, Huey Lewis.
Dun, 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 dun.
The Power of Love.
Dun, dun. I'm doing the intro. It's probably not the best, the most recognisable notes ever. My next one is the Downton Abbey movie. Actually, we say we've watched all of the films on this list. This is one we've only seen once, and that's been at the cinema.
Yeah.
But Downton Abbey...
But I think we're associated it with the TV
show.
So
Downton Abbey is a TV show that ran on ITV for many years about a household, a very affluent household, and their staff that work below, set in like the 1920s. I think it might even be set in like the 1910s. Is that what they're called? All the way up, like through early 20th century history. God, I think I'm getting that right. Who knows? And the series finished a couple of years ago, didn't it?
No, much longer than a couple of years ago.
Oh. well, the series finished some years ago, film out at the end of last year, and we went to see it and we loved it. And I've got to say, I think as a standalone, you could still watch and enjoy it. I think it is made for people who love Downton Abbey, but also, I think it's one that you could watch and enjoy just regardless. It's really got, it screams to me Sunday afternoon viewing. It's very like, cozy and comforting, but also it's only just come out, so if there's something a bit new that you wanted to watch, you could get this with your online shop. It could be delivered with your online shop if you're not going out at the moment. But yeah, really enjoyed the Downton Abbey film and would recommend it as a comfort to watch. David, your next one.
Next one is Ratatouille.
Love Ratatouille, and you know what? I think I've only seen Ratatouille once.
Yeah,
what a lie I said when I said everything was, we'd watched them all once.
I remember when I said I'd watch it for the first time, I was like, this is going to be boring, I'm not going to enjoy this. But it was lovely. This is a lovely comforting, and it's about food. And food we love food. Very comforting. And it just follows Remy, a little rat in Paris, and he takes control of a up-and-coming chef by holding his hair, and he hides under his chef hat. And
that's actually a less bizarre plot point than it sounds, isn't it? When you say, oh, it's a rat that makes it as a chef controlling someone by their hair, it sounds mad, but that's actually
fine.
It's really great. It's really fun. And
it's beautifully animated.
It's beautifully animated.
And the soundtrack is also nice. It's just very French.
Oh yeah, we should listen to that soundtrack.
Yeah, I think that would be lovely.
Yeah, that would be a really nice back-in track. Can we watch that tonight?
We can watch it.
Yay! My next one is Paddington 2. Now, Paddington 1's fine. But if you want an absolutely banger of a film, Paddington 2 is one of my favourite films of all time.
I think it's one of the best British films ever made.
It's so good. Paddington Bear is obviously a well-loved bear. He's from Peru, and he's now living in London with the Brown family. And this particular film stars Hugh Grant as a failed actor, and he is trying to get his hands on some treasure via a set of clues that are all over London. London looks amazing, so that's really nice. That's actually, if you had plans to visit London in the next coming months, don't be disappointed, just watch Paddington 2, because it's much nicer in Paddington 2 than it is in real life.
Don't watch London Has Fallen.
No, watch Paddington 2. And everything's just so fun, and it's really funny, it's really uplifting, it's really, there's very low peril, and again, I think this is one that all the family would love. Like David and I, we love it. It was on after Christmas and we recorded it. How many times have we watched it since then?
A lot.
A lot.
I've watched it.
We don't actually own that one. That was just one that we recorded. It's just so good.
There's so many people in it, like lots of cameos, like when he goes to prison.
Tom Davis and Brendan Gleeson.
It's just amazing. He's so funny.
It's a really good film. We really love it. David, your next one
is another one about food, and it's also one of my favourite movies of all time, and it's Chef. So I think this is quite a well-known film now. I think when it first came out it wasn't, but Jon Favreau, I think he directs it as well. He is a very popular chef in in Florida, I think. I can't quite remember whereabouts in America, but he decides to leave his job because he doesn't have creative control over the menu. And then so he's divorced, and he does go to Miami with his ex-wife and son, and he ends up buying a food truck, and then it sort of follows him in this food truck, and it's brilliant.
Finding his way across, it's
driving all the way back to his hometown in this food truck, and it's brilliant. It goes to Texas, goes to New Orleans, and it's lovely, and you see all of these amazing foods like Cubanas, and
again, very low peril. When we went to see it at the cinema, we kept thinking there was going to be some peril at some point. We kept thinking his little boy was going to cut himself with a knife, or the business was going to fail or something, but it's not. It's just a real lovely journey film, really. Again, an amazing soundtrack. I keep saying about this, but
that's probably the best soundtrack.
It's shot brilliantly as well, like you feel like you're there, don't you? Because it's like, considering it's in a food truck, like it's really vast, like all the shots and everything. Brilliant film, absolutely brilliant film. My next one is one that isn't particular. Well, it's About Time, which is again a brilliant film, but it is a bit of a tearjerker. There's moments in there which are a bit wet eyes, but I didn't want to put like all happy, 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 la la la, because like sometimes you just want a bit of, I say, sometimes you just want a bit of realism, which is why you should watch About Time, which is about a boy who can time travel, which is about a bloke who can time travel back to a certain point in his life, it's got a brilliant cast. It's got Bill Nighy, Rachel McAdams, Vanessa Kirby, Domhnall Gleeson, and again, it's set in London as well as other places over the UK, and it's a love story. I think it's a love story at its heart, but it's also got a lot of family aspects in there. It's got a lot of, there's like comedy, father-son relationship. Father-son relationship, and it's really, really good film. When we went to watch it at the cinema, it finished, and we both turned to each other and said, I could watch that again. We both loved it so much. We really, really enjoyed it. So David, your last comfort film.
Last comfort film, which probably is the best British film of all time, which is Pride.
Pride.
Which
amazing
is
film.
In the mining issues in the 80s, and a LGBT group raised money for funds, but nobody wants to take it from them.
To support the miners. To
support the miners, and then they find this little town village in Wales who do. Can you remember the name of the village?
No, I can't.
No, I can't. That's a shame. And so they head there, and it's just this coming together of this. Of the LGBT
Two different groups of people, I guess.
Very different groups, and you know, obviously in the 80s with the group they clash and they're not very welcomed, but it's really good. This is also
it's got Andrew Scott in it.
Yes, another great cast, an incredible cast.
There's a moment from the end, and I just sort of cry from that moment onwards. Happy tears though, where it's all sort of coming together.
Lots of talking about it now. A few sad tears, but a lot of happy tears in this film.
Brilliant film.
It's fantastic. Oh.
And then my last film, not emotional at all, very enjoyable, is Bridget Jones's Diary. Also, if it's comfort I'm after, I love Christmas. I'm gonna want a bit of Christmas, and Bridget Jones, the film starts and ends at Christmas. You follow a year in Bridget's life. I find her hilarious. This is a film, like, it's from a book that was set in the 90s, but it still feels so relevant even today. And it's got like Colin Firth. God, I think I had a dream about getting off with Colin Firth, David. Just as I said his name. It's got Colin Firth in it, Hugh Grant. Hugh Grant's character in it is, I mean, he's a complete bastard, but he's also really sexy.
He's very good.
He's a sexy bastard. And yeah, it's just great, it's fun, and I would definitely also recommend reading the book because it's one of my favourite books, and I love that film so much. So yes, so those are our 10 comfort films for you. Let me know if any of these have been a comfort to you. Let me know if you've got any recommendations for comfort films. Would love to hear them below. And I'll see you all again tomorrow for another BookTube video. Goodbye!